Sally grew up in a small house that always smelled like clean laundry and warm food. It wasn't a fancy house, but it was quiet, safe, and full of routines. Every morning, her mom woke up before the sun, made breakfast, and waited for Sally at the table. When Sally was little, she would run into the kitchen with messy hair and sleepy eyes, climbing onto the chair while her mom smiled and pushed a bowl of cereal toward her. In those days, Sally loved her mom's voice. It was soft and calm, and it made everything feel okay. When Sally scraped her knee, her mom kissed it. When Sally cried at night, her mom sat beside her bed until she fell asleep. When Sally was scared of the dark, her mom left the door open and the light on in the hallway. As Sally grew older, the routine stayed the same, but Sally changed. At 16, Sally felt restless. She felt like the walls of the house were getting closer every day. The same caring voice that once made her feel safe now made her feel trapped. "Take your jacket," her mom said one morning as Sally grabbed her bag. "I don't need it," Sally replied, already walking toward the door. "It might be cold later." "I'll be fine," Sally said, her voice sharp. Her mom watched her carefully, holding the jacket in her hands. She hesitated for a moment, then placed it on the chair instead. "Text me when you arrive," she said gently. Sally rolled her eyes. "Why do you always say that?" "Because I worry," her mom answered. Sally didn't reply. She slammed the door behind her. At school, Sally talked non-stop about freedom. She complained about rules and parents and how unfair everything was. Her friends listened, laughing and agreeing. "My mom doesn't trust me at all," Sally said one day, leaning against her locker. Mia laughed. "At least she cares. My mom barely knows where I am." Sally smiled at that, feeling proud, not realizing the difference between being watched and being loved. When Sally came home late, her mom waited. She always waited. Sitting on the couch, sitting at the table, sitting in the quiet house, listening for footsteps. "Where were you?" her mom asked one evening. "Out," Sally answered. "You said you'd be home at 8. "It's not a big deal." "I was worried." Sally laughed. "You're always worried. You need to relax." Her mom stood up slowly. "I just want you safe." Those words made something twist inside Sally. Instead of hearing love, she heard control. Instead of hearing care, she heard limits. "I don't need protecting," Sally snapped. "I'm not a child." Her mom looked at her carefully, like she was trying to understand something she couldn't fix. That night, Sally stayed in her room, music loud, door closed. She ignored the knock. She ignored her mom calling her name softly from the hallway. Days turned into weeks, and the distance between them grew. Sally stopped telling her mom about her life. Her mom stopped asking too many questions, afraid of pushing too hard. But the warnings never stopped. "Be careful. Call me. Don't trust everyone." Each sentence made Sally angrier. One night, after another argument about curfew, Sally shouted words she had never said before. "You're ruining my life." Her mom froze. "I just want you to be safe," she whispered. "I don't care," Sally said. "I wish I didn't live here." The silence that followed felt heavy, like the house itself was listening. Her mom's eyes filled with tears, but she didn't cry. "If that's how you feel," she said slowly, "then maybe you need time away." Sally didn't sleep that night. The next morning, she packed a bag, clothes, a charger, a few random things. She didn't know how long she would be gone. She just knew she wanted out. Mia said she could stay. Sally walked past her mum without looking at her. Her mum stood in the doorway, hands shaking slightly. "Please be careful," her mum said. Sally didn't answer. Living with Mia felt exciting at first. They stayed up late, ate junk food, and skipped school sometimes. No one asked questions, no one waited up, no one reminded Sally to eat or sleep. At first, Sally loved it. But slowly, she noticed the silence. Not the peaceful kind, the empty kind. Mia's mum was rarely home. When she was tired and distracted. The fridge was often empty. The house was cold at night. Sally missed warm dinners. She missed clean clothes folded neatly. She missed someone asking how her day was. She didn't admit it out loud. One afternoon, Sally failed an important test. She stared at the red marks on the paper, her heart sinking. She waited for someone to notice. No one did. That night, Sally lay awake on the couch, staring at the ceiling. She thought of her mum sitting at the table, waiting, worrying, loving her in quiet ways Sally never appreciated. She told herself she was better off. But deep down, she wasn't sure anymore. The days after that night began to blur together for Sally. Mornings felt heavier, and evenings felt longer. Living in Mia's house no longer felt exciting. It felt uncertain, like standing on ground that could disappear at any moment. Sally started waking up with a tight feeling in her chest, the kind that didn't go away even when she tried to distract herself. She stopped going to school regularly. At first, it was just one day here and there. Then it became 2 days. Then whole weeks passed where she didn't step into a classroom at all. No one noticed. No one called. No one asked why she wasn't there. At home, her mum would have noticed immediately. Sally pushed that thought away every time it came. One evening, Sally opened the fridge and found it almost empty. Just an old bottle of milk and a few leftovers that smelled strange. Her stomach hurt with hunger, but she didn't complain. She made instant noodles and ate them alone at the table. She remembered how her mum used to wait for her to come home before eating. How she would say, "Food tastes better together." Sally used to laugh at that. Now she understood what it meant. One night, Sally got sick. It started with a headache, then a fever. Her body felt weak, and her hands shook. She lay on the couch, wrapped in a thin blanket, listening to the house creak in the dark. Mia wasn't home. Her phone was turned off. Sally closed her eyes and tried to sleep, but her thoughts wouldn't stop. She remembered being a child, lying in bed with a fever, her mum sitting beside her. She remembered a cool hand on her forehead. Soft whispers telling her everything would be okay. No one sat beside her now. Tears slipped down her face, quiet and hot. she didn't wipe them away. For the first time, Sally said the truth to herself. Her mom never wanted to control her. She wanted to protect her. The realization hurt deeply. It felt like a heavy weight pressing on her chest. Every sharp word she had spoken, every time she rolled her eyes, every moment she walked away without listening. They all came back at once. Sally didn't sleep much that night. The next morning, she looked at herself in the mirror. Her eyes looked tired. Her face looked older. She didn't recognize the girl staring back. She packed her bag slowly this time. Not with anger, not with pride, with fear and regret and hope mixed together. When Sally stood outside her old house, her heart beat so hard she thought she might turn around and run. The house looked the same, the walls, the door, the windows, but Sally felt different. She knocked. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the door opened. Her mum stood there. She looked surprised, tired. Her hair had more gray than Sally remembered. Her eyes were softer, sadder. Neither of them spoke at first. "I was wrong," Sally said finally, her voice shaking. Her mum's eyes filled instantly. "I thought you were trying to stop me," Sally continued, tears falling freely now. "But you were trying to keep me safe, and I didn't listen. I was disrespectful. I hurt you." Her mum didn't say anything. She just pulled Sally into a hug, holding her tightly like she was afraid to let go. "I waited every night," her mum whispered. "I hoped you were okay." Sally cried into her shoulder, feeling the weight of everything she had ignored. "I understand now," Sally said. "Love doesn't always feel free. Sometimes it feels like rules. Sometimes it feels like worry. But it's still love." Her mum stroked her hair gently. "I never wanted to stop you from living. I just wanted to walk beside you while you learned." That night, Sally slept in her own bed. The room felt familiar and safe. Before turning off the light, her mum stood in the doorway, just like she used to. "Text me if you need anything," she said softly. Sally smiled through her tears. "I will." And this time, she truly understood why it mattered.